initiative?
Already did.
From besides your.
What is it? I forget.
I see just about everybody filled out their sheet.
I did it last minute. I was like, oh crap, I need to do that.
I am very excited for quite a few of these to come up into play. Oh my god, Joe, do you see this? The raconteur has ranks in education.
Yeah, I know. I was going to ask you about what to do about that.
Well, you should probably find someone to teach you how to read. Do.
If only.
You need to learn how to read.
Maybe useful skill, given your current situation. However, as I have delegated as tradition, while I scurry away and find my drink, Fluff, could you give us the recap of last session, please?
Sure, it's super short though. So we had cast and meads put out. Left in the middle of the night, and then they were gone the next morning. Risa was talking to Marsha. Things didn't go well with that conversation. Marsha secluded herself in the church. The tax man came. We dealt with him. Then we went straight into battle after that. We had 10 people join us. There was a lot of battling. Brutus and an old beast with Selma appeared in the middle, like near the end of the battle. Freaking rats ran up to Brutus, started attacking him. I know Jean killed Brutus. Let's see. Meanwhile, the old beast that was with Selma slices her throat and uses her blood to do some crazy powerful spell that killed some of their own beastmen and a lot of our men. Ras gets his kneecap busted.
Yep.
I wrote that down. Meanwhile, obese man opens Selma's stomach and takes a baby and then runs off. Jean manages to catch him. And we're all terribly missing him because we all fail at our roles at trying to attack this old beast man. And then finally, after I don't know how many fucking rolls, Jean cleans off the beast man head and gets the baby, and she picks it up. And it has horns and white fur and red eyes. The end.
Thank you. Well done.
So, our first scene for tonight, or take a look at that moment as Rasmussen, with his busted leg cap or kneecap, saunters up to the site of the child in the mine camp after the battle. Rutherford, you are close by, having entered the camp as the beastmen broke. You're able to see the final moments unfurl. Unfortunately, Ramon, you're still blind.
I can't see shit.
Hours.
3 hours. But I was blinded at the beginning of the fight, so how generous do you want to be with time?
This is keeping with the spirit of Zweihänder a little bit, at least. We'll say the battle took approximately 5 to 10 minutes.
I figured.
And however, somebody, a hand does land on you at some point. It says, "Excuse me, Mister Halfling, sir. I think we won the battle."
Who's talking?
I mean, you probably wouldn't recognize the voice, but you can surmise it as a
No, I asked that out
one.
loud. Who's talking?
Uh, it's name's Dale, one of the Genevieve soldiers.
Okay. Can you direct me towards Lord Rutherford? Sorry, Richter von Rutherford.
Yeah, I'll take you there right now. And he takes you by the hand, and as you walk, he
Put
tells
me on your
you
shoulders
rather.
as you were a child.
Um, he does so, and you bounce around happily while you approach
Wee.
the others, holding a child, which you can't see, but you can hear it cry. Certainly sounds like a baby.
Well, I imagine I also hear, kill the child!
Yeah, at some point.
That's no longer required. Or, well, we'll see.
I mean, in the
That's
timeline, you've been shouting it for the last 2 minutes? 1 minute?
A concerning amount of time.
I just want to say, despite the fact there's been a week in between, you did just finish saying it.
Yeah, let's just ride on past that, shall
I didn't see it coming.
Kill the children. Destroy them all.
No, not children. Just the one.
I believe this
And
man
I
might be a
still
witch.
I still think I may have had a point. And nothing is set in stone yet. We'll see how this plays out.
Well, here I go burning again.
Genevieve, you are holding your presumably half brother, I suppose.
Mhm. Mhm. Uh, yeah, I definitely swaddle the baby. I definitely keep it warm because it's time.
Yeah, it certainly helps.
It's also profoundly inhuman.
Is it?
I do have a question. Is it like glowing red eyes or is it like iris pupils? Like what's going on with these crazy eyes?
I would say it makes more sense if it's like the iris and the pupil are just like a hard crimson red color.
Okay. Okay. So I thought they were like glowing and I was like, bam.
It's got
Uh,
horns and fur, right?
Oh yeah, all over.
that's all. Does it have like normal hands? I'm just curious if it has hooves or something.
Looking at it, looks like it has upper arms have hands, but
Mhm.
feet are hooves.
Oh
Kill a
my
child.
god. It's like a goat baby thing. Anyways, so I'll take the kid. It's okay. I'll like cradle it. Um, do do I see Rasmussen?
Yeah, I'm right there.
Okay, okay. I wasn't sure if you were like right there or not. So I tell him okay, while I'm holding the baby, you look at this old man's stuff. Like go through his stuff. I point to the old beast man.
I think I saw some rocks over there. If you want to bash its head and be rid of it once and for all.
Uh, she definitely frowns at him. She's like, I'm not killing a baby. There's a lot of things I'll do for the village, but I don't feel like killing a baby.
Genevieve, do not make the mistake of thinking that thing is a person.
She frowns more. She's like, I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna name it.
Rasmussen is gonna let up because obviously he's not gonna convince her, so he's gonna go and do what she told him.
Another important question: is it a boy or girl? Do we know? Can we see through the fur? Does a
This is
dice
a
have to?
really simple question that I didn't answer. I'm gonna say it is you can't immediately determine its sex. If you poke around, you think it's a girl.
Okay, it's a girl. It's a baby girl. Anyways, I'm already thinking of names. It's bad.
While you're holding the thing, the currently tackled Delilah Schmid is throwing off one of her tacklers and rising up before somebody else brings her back down to the ground. But she's screaming and ranting that you need to give her the child.
I get semi-close, not too close. And I look at Delilah, and she's like, "Sorry, I'm keeping it, Delilah. You crazy, crazy person." and I look at the soldiers. I'm like, "Do we have anything to tie her up with?"
Through her screams and incoherent babble that's peering forth, the soldiers find some rope that's been lying around and attempt to bind her as best I can. It seems to be working at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna find anything, Ras, on the old beast dude.
I'm sorry.
I'm going through it very casually. I'm not looking for anything in particular. Just see if there's anything of interest. I'm keeping my eyes open for anything that might indicate. Well, I mean, obviously Rasmussen has no real experience with the arcane, but anything that looks off, he'll make note of it and sort of chuck it on the side in a pile of any interesting things he may find, and
Didn't
call it.
he have a wand and some like fat?
Yeah, you find specifically, and this is just how the book describes them, 7 reagents appropriate for magics. You find, along with that, you find a strange looking symbol, something. It's of an eye that is closed with vines growing around the eye. You see the same symbol buried within this old beast bag on a strange book that when you pick up you immediately feel or even just touching it you immediately feel like a sense of dread and pure evil fall over you. In fact, even just ruffling through it is enough for you to suffer 1 corruption.
Okay.
Wait, did you just pick it up? Or did he just describe you picking it up?
No, I picked it up. I told him.
Okay. I missed that part. It's just like, to me, it sounded like he said you picked it up, so you picked it up.
Do you have a holy symbol?
Yeah, it's an upside down cross. You want it?
No, I'm just curious if it, because I remember going by the
Wait, why don't you have
Crazy
a
Force
holy
Lady
symbol,
Matilda.
Father?
Yeah, I do, and I have a holy book that I can't read, but I digress.
No, I
We
meant
went
because you're asking
to-
for a holy symbol, but don't you have one already?
I do have one, but it was an out of character question because I remember the holy symbol got heavier when we went to around Matilda, and I was curious if the same kind of phenomena would happen around this book. That's why I asked if Rasmussen would have one, has one.
A holy symbol? No, Rasmussen has no holy symbol.
All right.
No, at this point, Rasmussen is just piling everything in a corner, and he'll make a mental note to hand all of this stuff off to Ramon when
Wait,
he gets a chance.
are we in a building? I thought we were still outside.
We're
We're
still
still-
outside.
We're outside. I was gonna go into the building.
What corner?
Okay, whatever. Just on the side, dude. What I mean is, I'm not leaving it all scattered.
This is
I've
me in
got it all
character.
in
I'm being a
little-
smart ass in character. You can't see me doing the head bop thing. Non-camera game.
Actually, what Rasmussen will do is describe this stuff to Ramon and see if he is familiar with anything he's describing.
Read me a few paragraphs.
Well, Rasmussen can read, so he's going to try. And it'll probably be a Ash and the Evil Dead thing reading from the Necronomicon and mispronouncing words.
Yeah, I was just laughing to myself. It's like, I tricked him to read from the Necronomicon.
You can't tell what the symbols or words mean. It's too foreign. If you want to try and describe the
No, look, it's a bunch of squiggly lines that I don't recognize. So Rasmussen will simply wait until Ramon is back to his full self, and he'll just hand him the pile of stuff when the time comes.
Right, after I get this animal fat out of my eyes. That was a crazy shot, right? Hit me right in the face.
Okay.
Can I go inside where Delilah was?
Yeah, and this was when you enter. This was the barracks that you guys spent the night in at one time. Except for this time, it is filled with stink of animal smells of all sorts. You can see piled up in the center of the room that they've sort of hollowed out. They've knocked down walls. You see them; they've piled up a large quantity of Basque mead. Some of the casks have still been untapped, but most have been tapped and emptied, given by the smells present in this room. You also find the half-eaten corpses of a few of the villagers from the night that they raided the town a few weeks ago that are now quite rotted, but still there.
Yeah. So is there a few barrels of mead there, or not a lot? Just a few that are
just
filled, or
Mhm.
I don't know if it'd be worth taking. Do I find anything else interesting? Do I have to roll for it?
Give me an awareness check. Sorry, standard difficulty.
Okay. Standard awareness? I can find awareness. Nope. I love that. It's beautiful.
Yeah, there's not. You don't uncover anything new in your search. You're fairly confident there was nothing much else to find here.
Okay, so I exit out of there, and I call out to the others, and I say, there's not much in here. Maybe a few barrels of mead that are untouched, but that's about it. I don't see anything else in here. I call out to Ramon, and I say, do you need something to help with your eyes?
Yeah, a priest. What they hit me with?
Looking at Ramon, what does it look like he needs? Like, does he need that? From what I see, this is like animal fat in his eyes, so I'm like, can't you just wipe that off? I don't know, like, game-wise.
I tried. It's not going away.
Ew.
You think it's
Maybe-
forever?
No, we should see Matilda. Maybe she knows what to do.
Yeah, we have to go there anyway.
Oh, that's going to be personally embarrassing.
So, should we have the rest of the men take Delilah to the jail in town?
Well, that's your call, but I think it's a wise one.
Yeah, because I
Lock her up.
Yeah, lock her up. You know what? Since we're gonna have to go through the town to go to Matilda, I think I will help escort Delilah to the jail when we head into town, and then we can go to Matilda's to get some answers.
Okay, I'm gonna say this now, but do you really want to bring that child into the village and let the villagers see it?
I'm not gonna let them see it. We can just cover him up. Her up. Her. I think it's a her. Female.
How do you not know?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to. It's weird. Okay, it's just weird.
Genevieve, the village faces any number of dangers as it is. You bringing this child back alive is only going to increase the danger.
I never said I was gonna show everybody the child.
There are soldiers under your command who have seen this thing. They're not going to keep their mouths shut when they get back to the village.
What do you want me to do then?
You know what I want you to do.
Anything but that.
This thing is not your sibling. This thing is the product of an outrage committed on your mother.
She looks more upset, and then she says, it's like, it didn't ask to be born. Or, if anything, it didn't ask to be ripped out of our mother's body.
True. And what kind of life do you think this thing is going to have? What do you think it's ultimately going to do? It'll give in to its nature, and it'll become a danger to everyone we know.
We don't know that for sure.
Look at it.
Are you... Rasmussen?
Yes, Ramon.
What's the baby look like?
Inhuman.
What is...
It is evil personified.
What does Genevieve look like? I think you should take a moment and consider your words. These are probably very painful things that you're throwing out at Genevieve right now.
Yes, they're painful words. I understand that. But they're meant to keep us all alive, including Genevieve.
Oh, I'm just pointing out that your dragoon is not exactly human either. So, apparently you can get pretty far in life not being human.
Well, I mean, there aren't Yetis going around killing the village.
Are there not?
As far as I know, there is not.
Well, may the world turn on your knowledge, Richter von Rutherford.
Genevieve just takes like a deep breath, and she says, I was like, I'm not willing to kill it. Not now. I want more answers.
Fair enough. Understand this, though. The longer you wait to do it, the harder it'll be. And it is going to have to be by your hand.
If
I
Lady
understand.
Brienne sees that, she will kill it.
And that's when Genevieve turned on us all.
But you know what? Actually, you bring up a really good point. I hadn't even thought of that. Okay, well, we're going to have to make sure that a really minimum number of people see this thing.
Or we do the opposite. We let everybody see it, and then we force them to accept it, the same way that they accepted Genevieve when she was a child.
Bring it to Marcia in the church.
She will scream. Like I agree with not showing everybody at once, especially since we don't know what was the point of the birth of this child. It's important for some reason, and I feel like if we just be neglectful and just ignorantly kill it, it will come back to haunt us in some way.
What you need is a long-term, immediate solution, because you cannot guard this child at all points and times of the day. And you need to make sure that it doesn't get killed now.
Oh, I'm thinking of heading to Matilda's. Maybe she'll know something.
Well, we all have to go there anyway because Ramon needs assistance and my leg is busted again.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it
hurt,
seems
and we
like,
have men dying back there currently. So
Mm-hmm.
probably.
So,
oh, really? I didn't realize it.
I think I'm gonna find. I don't know if I have extra clothes or if I can just take some from somewhere and wrap the baby up. So, like, it's like swaddled, but you can't really see its face.
Just take Delilah's clothes. She doesn't need them anymore.
We're not gonna drag her in the village naked. What are you talking about?
Here, take my neck ruff.
I will take your neck ruff.
I mean,
we'll swaddle this baby.
I would say it's essentially just a baby blanket that I wear around my neck.
Perfect. Yes, I swaddle the baby. Wrap it up.
The child mad.
It looks mad.
Yeah. Like when you do something a baby doesn't like, and it gets that look on its face that makes it seem like it's mad or it's upset.
Look, don't worry about that until 1, you name it Damien, and 2, people start hanging themselves from windows for it.
I vote we name it Lilith.
I vote Warlock. Let's just name him Warlock.
What about Witch? It's a girl.
Let's name it... I don't know. Adam.
I like it. We should just keep calling it.
I agree. I don't want to give this thing a name.
Well, we'll get copyright infringed from a child called It. That's a book if you're too young to know. It's a horrible, horrible... Well, I mean, it's not a horrible book, but it's a horrible book about the experiences of a child that was abused very badly.
Oh, that sounds awful. I have never read it.
It's a true story about the worst kind of child abuse. It was a national bestseller back in the day. That's why I'm surprised that more people don't know it, because I was talking about it a while ago, too.
I've read a couple of books like that. But
A Boy Called It,
never heard of that
rather.
one. Have you read, like, Running with Scissors?
No.
Glass Castle? Those are...
No, it was a child
same
called
kind
It.
of thing.
Yeah, it published in '95. I was 4. So
Really?
yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were as old as I was. I mean, I'm not old. I'm just saying I thought you were as old as I was.
I was born in 95, so...
I mean, I'm only 10 years older than you, but I just thought you guys were older.
No, I am still young and strong in my 20s. Not 30 yet. Don't tell me. Okay. um. So let's move on from this area. Is there anything we wanted to do?
So I
On
cut
our
off Brutus's head. Can I cut off the other thing's head? So I can,
the old beast?
yeah, take those with us for the tax collector. Maybe I can convince them they're worth money. Maybe they are worth money. We don't know.
We see if there's a way to bring back the remaining mead to the Basque estate.
I'm sorry.
I was just wondering if it might be worth it for us to take the effort to bring back the remaining mead that was discovered and bring it back to the Basque estate.
Maybe. If is there going to be a search of the cave?
Well, I was under the impression that Genevieve went in
Um,
there and took a look and didn't really find anything beside the mead.
No, that was
Or
the
was that?
barrack. There's still Brutus's hut and the cave.
Well, no. We should definitely conclude a full survey of the area before we move on.
who would like to lead said survey? It cannot be Ramon since he will instantly fail.
I mean, it could still be Ramon, though.
And
Could.
What you said is true, but it doesn't mean it couldn't be Ramon.
is Genevieve the only one who's not injured?
I know Rasmussen is pretty injured. He'll go if he has to, but he'd rather not.
Sometimes it is time for bravery, Ritter von Rutherford, as the who have carried your title have doubtless exposed throughout the years. She is also lightly wounded. I think all of you are some level of wounded, except for Ramon, but I guess in his own way he is also wounded.
Well, I guess, well, we should at least have the men who are dying go get help. That seems important.
Well, speaking of which, is there any way for any of us, including Rasmussen, to try to stabilize the men who are most grievously wounded? Just sort of make sure they don't actually die. Yeah, obviously they're not going to get healed, but is there any way to stabilize them so that they don't pass?
Of those who survived, none had big injuries, and almost everyone who has died was caught up in the murder of crows. There is very little left of them.
I feel like you're very proud of that.
Thank you.
I mean, the easiest way to stabilize them is to stab them in the head.
I mean,
I
you
mean,
can
there's-
just leave them and do nothing and say they're stabilized.
I mean, there's not
That's even less
much connected that is left to be stabilized. The only things left are beastmen, and your soldiers are mostly cutting them down as they find them. Still, there's maybe a couple left.
Maybe we should interrogate any of the surviving beastmen to see what might be waiting for us in the caves. And
Point of question. Have we ever talked to a Beastman in Beastman form?
Brutus, is it?
Right, but we saw also Brutus change shape in front of us. So I mean, we don't know how different he is from a Beastman that we've seen just being a Beastman.
Well, I mean, I guess we could just like look at the ground and find one and start yelling at it.
I guess it also begs the question that if they were formerly intelligent people, then do they only understand the language that they knew in life? Or regular life? In which case, these might be a bunch of unrelated beastmen that don't know English. Or rather, whatever the common tongue is.
Seems like something you could try.
Are we at Matilda's yet?
I thought you were discussing something.
Yeah, no, we're discussing. We haven't.
Yeah,
left
no,
yet.
this is me shouting random shit in character. And I've realized that we're moving around, but are we at Matilda's yet? Tell me if I'm approaching a tree branch.
Oh, you poor blind thing. Oh wait, we can just walk over the river.
And through
We
the
don't even have
woods.
to go through town.
Okay, sorry about that. I am back. Somebody was going to lead a search expedition of the immediate area, but we haven't decided on who yet.
Well, I mean, I'm the only one who can.
Well, I mean, I could.
Everyone else is. Well, you can't. You don't even know where you are.
Don't count me out. Put me in, coach.
Goblins, man.
Okay, Rutherford, give me a challenging awareness test, and realize that this is a fail forward test.
Which means you can't fail. That's what fail forward means.
Okay. So, unfortunately, scruffing through this horrid mess that these creatures have left has given you the sense of dread and disgust of this unnaturalness of these beings suffer 9 mental peril. However, um, during your search, you do find some more casks of mead, half tons of cider or mead. You find a good stockpile of them where Brutus seems to have been staying with Selma inside the mine, around the place where you tried to kick him, actually. Um, you find, let's see, I think a total of 7 half tons of cider, plus the 3 Genevieve retrieved. But nothing else significant.
So 7 half tons of cider plus Jen's cider. Oh. So I'm about to pass out.
Like, did you hit the pass out mark?
No, almost.
Then you're great.
Yeah. I'm good here. I'm done. This place is
This place kind of sucks.
yeah, the goblin's right. We should go.
There's a goblin?
Nobody answers. So we're heading back to town.
I'm good
Well,
with that.
there was the caves, and was there? There
You
was something else, wasn't there?
you also looked through what was Brutus's hut. It seems to have just been turned into an extension of the party room. Nothing new or interesting was discovered.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
so we
then.
were talking about maybe bringing the mead that we discovered back.
Mhm.
Um, There was nothing in the caves that we discovered.
Okay. Yeah, I would just take the rest of the mead and then make sure to lock Delilah up in town. And yeah, because I have a feeling when she's sober, hopefully we can ask her more questions.
If she ever gets sober.
Oh fuck! I just realized that the fucking green man is racing around, and I better hope that he doesn't try to kill Delilah when I'm not looking.
Oh yeah, if he sees the baby, he'll try to kill it too.
Oh my god! This is another person I have to smack. I didn't think of that.
Man,
Ugh.
I think most people would try and kill that thing if they ever see it.
Oh, before we kill it, we should probably get more information. Not that I feel like killing it anyway, so. So yeah, I'm gonna get back on my horse. I swaddled this child and pretty much try and hide it from view when I get back into town because I don't really want any drama.
Yeah.
All right.
On the ride there, you realize this is going to be harder than you expected because the child is constantly screaming.
Okay, can I soothe the child? Can I soothe said child? What do I have to do to calm a baby? Let me roll for this.
Give it mead.
God, I want to offer
Oh
a
my
handle.
god, you did me.
Oh, can I also take
So
oh, I know Genevieve would like to take her mother's body back to put it into like the pit at least.
I guess I don't know. You're going to try and soothe the baby. I'm assuming you're not going to attempt to intimidate the baby.
No? Why would you do that?
And I just feel wrong making it handle animal check. So make it an arduous charm.
Okay. So hard to charm said baby. Baby, why don't I have anything in charm for my new? No, that's so hard. It doesn't work.
You're unfortunately unable to calm the creature down.
Oh my god. Creature, be calm.
This seems like a job for Rasmussen. What's your social status, baby?
I am not going to coo at this thing.
Wait, she's gonna be crying all the way there.
I mean, there's no point in really hiding it. All the soldiers would know by the time we got there that you're holding a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I don't have to see the baby.
Just tell them that you're taking it to Matilda's to make sure that it's okay.
Yeah, that's
Wait.
Be vague.
Does
you like
anybody have any folkbane left? Just a single dose, half a dose, a quarter dose.
I do not. I only have mandrake root.
What if I give it like a dab of laudanum? Yes, like on the, like on the gums. If I just rub a little bit on the gums.
I mean, you do know how horrible that would be in real life, right?
I know. I'm thinking of like how they used to put, I think, whiskey on babies' gums.
What do you mean used to?
I'd be like, you can try whatever you want.
I mean, I'm not gonna do that. Oh no. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna take it to Matilda anyway, screaming as it is.
I mean, I think it's pretty good in shape considering it was literally just ripped from a womb. The fact that it's alive at all is probably a good sign.
No, The fact that it's alive is amazing.
That
if you
it's
think about it.
that it's screaming its head off just means it's alive.
Yeah.
Just let it keep
Wait.
doing that.
I can't.
This means that Selma was pregnant with this thing for how long?
Well, we
A
don't
couple
know, right?
days?
A couple days, yeah. That's how babies work.
Well,
But we don't
It's a-
know, right? Because
it's
it's
a
magic.
goat.
Like it's like half beast thing. We don't know how that
Right,
works.
well, it's still half human, which means it still follows the human half of the rules.
Not necessarily. She wasn't pregnant when she went missing.
That you know of.
Sometimes people don't show, man. It happens.
Yeah, she could be wearing baggy clothes for all you know. I mean, she was kind of a whore.
Oh my god.
She was part of orgies. What do you want? Swinger parties, man. They had to have been. Well, no, your dad wasn't in town. Unless he was a cuck.
Okay.
Conversation.
No, I wanted to redirect it, but I figured I'd let Theta finish that thought out, because it is important to think about, because that is kind of what your mother was.
Yeah, imagine what I just said. That's important to think about. Keep
How
thinking
dare
about it.
you?
There
How
you go.
dare you? Genevieve sees her mother as an angel.
Oh yes,
You'll
of
never
course.
change her mind on that.
Of course, this is why. I also would like to point out you stopped yourself from saying demon child. I did hear that. But anyways, Rutherford, would you like to attempt to guile the guards to keep them quiet? Because you said something along those lines, but it kind of got lost.
Or, I don't know,
that
just
would-
command them to, because you're in charge?
Command.
What's the first part of your title now? Richter?
Father. Okay. First part's father.
No, actually, there is an order of how you add these things to names, and like royalty and religion and everything. I don't think father comes first.
Most religions require you to give up your secular titles.
Right, but
Or
I mean, you
secular-
can be ordained, and there's an ordainment title that you could still add to your name, even if you are royalty. And then it's a whole thing. I was looking it up because somebody decided to add the third to their name as well.
That's a good idea, Rutherford. Anyways, would you like to check, or would you just like to leave it to chance?
We'll see what happens.
Can I order the soldiers to not say anything about the kid?
Yes, you may attempt to.
Yes.
This is another degrees of success or a fail forward test in a way, but it is an arduous, because
Oh my
to
god.
succeed at just commanding them, and if you've ever known enlisted soldiery, you would know this to be fact. To not spread rumor is so counter instinctive to them. Um,
Oh my god.
so it is an arduous test, but it is fail forward. So there you go. At least you have that.
What skill would I be using?
Leadership, I believe, is the skill.
All right. God damn it. No. Fail. I mean, I had a feeling they were gonna spread it anyways, but yeah.
Yeah. So as you command them, they give you a look and they acknowledge you.
You damn bastard.
As your demon child screams. On the trip back, a couple hours, and you're pretty close to town, but you're not quite there yet. Ramon, your vision returns. Slowly at first, but it only takes a couple minutes for your eyes to uncloud, and you get to behold the world again. So, with that in mind, as soon after that, you reach the town, get closer, and you go through when you notice something strange has happened. Is there's tables and chairs set up all throughout the little tiny town square that you have. Um, Lady Brianna, you can see her instructing Marcia and some others from the village and how to set up for tonight's great festival.
Oh God. So, seeing this, I'm just gonna guide the guards to the jail cell to put Delilah in it, and I'm just kind of like making my way away from the square town. Like I'm not trying to bring too much attention to myself. And I look to Rutherford and Ras and Ramon, and she's like, "You guys deal with this. I'm just gonna go deal with everything else."
You got it.
Mhm.
Well, should I give?
So your call, Rutherford. How do you want to do?
I feel like I should give her Brutus's head, but I don't know the right
That's
time.
a good opening move. I like that.
Maybe on a pike or on a plate.
It'll certainly go a long way, I think, towards calming her down.
Yes, but would it be better to do it during the festivities or before?
Well, here's the thing: doing it during the festivities adds the it gives you the added benefit of calming down all the villagers, right? And it's also a symbol that you're taking care of business. That you bring back the head of the Beastman warlord that that attacked and raided the village. So the villagers as a whole will appreciate the gesture.
Sorry, I'm back. Um, Genevieve, you were saying something before.
I just said to the rest of the group that to deal with Lady Brianna, and then meanwhile I was just gonna kind of segue away to take Delilah with the soldiers back to the jail cell. So they're kind of dealing with whatever's in the town square, and I'm just kind of like going to the sidelines to put Delilah in jail and stuff.
Yeah, can you make an arduous stealth check?
Sure. Because I have a screaming baby.
Yeah, quite quite literally.
Just cover its mouth. It'll quiet it down.
Yeah, because covering a baby's mouth is a great idea. Look at that roll.
Oh my god.
Everybody stops in town to look at you because you certainly didn't leave with a child. Marcia gives you a stink eye.
I technically, like, I don't give attention to it. I kind of like pretend nobody's noticing me. I'm just kind of just walking with the kid to the jail. Like, I'm not trying to make it dramatic. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
like,
well, the consequences will be revealed to you later.
oh my god.
You certainly make it to the jail cell, the single jail cell, and you throw Delilah in there. And Mark Renstock greets you, notices you have a screaming, writhing form, does his best sergeanting, and completely ignores it and stares you dead in the eyes and asks, Excuse me, ma'am. How many dead did you leave?
So how many died? Because I know a group of them died. I don't remember the count.
4 exactly. Yeah.
So she looks at him and she's like, we killed the leader, as well as an older beastman who looked like he was using magic. Unfortunately, we lost 4.
He stares down at the ground and he says, "Damn, it's a damn shame, but I'm glad you were able to make it through all right. If you want, I'll fall out and send him home for the night. No reason keeping him."
Yeah, she nods and she says, we're going to, yeah, let the men rest and recover. I need to go out of town to take care of business, and she kind of leaves. After that, like not addressing the fact that she has a kid at all.
Um, yeah, as the rest of you come into town, you notice Lady Brianna is no. She motions to Lord Rutherford, calling out, "Oh, Lord Rutherford, my suitor, have you brought me back trophies of your battle?"
Lady Brienne, I have. During tonight, I shall present them to you, but not now.
Says, "Oh, excellent. You know, I have old storybooks that said of things just like this." Um, and she smiles broadly and twirls around in the snow. Um, Marcia, close to her, hangs her head a little bit lower, but continues to go back to work, setting up the festivities.
What did you do to convince Marcia to help you?
Why, it's her civic duty, of course.
Oh, so it is. Hmm. Is there anything else you need for this party tonight?
Well, I decided to take charge of the festivities since you were off fighting some battle or something. So I have secured all that I need.
Very, very good.